Hi everybody, and welcome to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I'm going to be reviewing a brand new type of marker that just came out on the market a few weeks ago. Right now I believe they're only available on HSN or Home Shopping Network as part of a kit, but I'm sure they will be available elsewhere in the future. The kit includes the markers that I'm going to be showing you, a black ink pad, and a 20 pack of Spectrum Noir marker paper. So these are the markers that I am talking about. They are, as I said, Spectrum Noir. They are called Tri-Blend, and they are a 3-in-1 marker for controlled colored blend. So as you can see on here, there is a light, a mid, and a dark tone. What the concept behind these markers is the fact that you need typically at least 3 colors to do a good blend of colors when you're coloring with your alcohol markers. So that's why they put a light, a medium, and a dark in each marker. So without further ado, this is what the markers look like. You get them in this cardboard box. The markers look like this. Little long, but once you start taking them apart to color with them, they're actually kind of short. So on each of these markers, you'll see a light. Depending on how you put them back together, there's a mid-tone and the dark tone. Now another way to find what is the light, the mid, and the dark on here, probably much easier than looking for these stickers, is the fact that you can see the rings on here. You can see which one is light, which one is the mid-tone, and which one is the dark tone. In addition, you'll see that the end caps, this is light and this is dark, so you know you start with the light end. Okay, so I thought what we do today is swatch out the 24 markers that I received in the initial set. This is what's available right now. But actually, rather than just the 24 colors, seeing as how there's 3 colors in each one, right now you're getting 72 colors. And if you sign up for the auto ship that's available when you buy these on HSN, you will automatically get 6 additional markers 4 times throughout 2019. And I will be going through those colors, what type you're going to be getting through each of those 4 shipments a little bit later. Right now, let's go ahead and do some swatching. Now, I created this color chart. I just kind of drew it out roughly. Anybody that knows me, well, you probably don't know me yet. I very much am OCD about my color charts. So I do not typically keep a hand-drawn color chart. I type up all my color charts in MS Word in table format, and then I color them all in. At some point in the future, I'm going to show you what my color chart binder is like, how it's organized and whatnot. And at that time, I guess you will also see what coloring supplies I all have. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, I don't know yet. So anyhow, let's go ahead and let's swatch out these markers. And let me bring you in a little bit closer so you can see. Okay, so first off, we have the light yellow. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the light end. These caps are on quite tight. So this is LY1. They each have a color name, and that is listed here on the barrel. Then there is the mid-tone, which is in the middle, as the name implies. That is LY2. Now to get to the darker tone, you flip the marker around and you get to the dark tone. And this is LY3. Okay, I hope you can see that all. So that one, again, is the light yellow blend. I guess you can't really see that, can you? Kind of hard to see with my light shining on there. Matter of fact, let me turn that off. That might be a little too bright. Is that too dark or not? Anyhow, let's go on to the next one, which is a, boy, I'm really not doing good on this today. This is a citrus blend. Again, starting with the light, this is CT1. Then we go to the mid, which is CT2. And then we go to the other end, CT3, which is your dark tone. So that is citrus. Next up, we have what's called fair skin. Let's go ahead and start with the light. This is FS6. Ooh, that's quite light, isn't it? The mid-tone is FS7. I apologize for the scratchy marking noise for anybody that doesn't like the sound of markers. And this is the dark tone, which is FS8. And yes, I can see that being very nice for some skin tones. Okay, next we have coral. Oh, and some of these are really tight. Okay, CR1, the light tone. CR3, this marker seems to have the caps on especially tight. Turn it around and we have the dark, which is CR6. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love coral colors anyhow. That's a really pretty one. Okay, and next we have orange. Let's go with the light. OR1. Then we have OR2, the mid-tone. That doesn't seem a whole lot darker than the OR1, maybe a little. Turn it around and let's get to the dark, which is OR3. That's a lot darker. To me, they could have made the OR2 just a little bit darker. This seems like that's quite a jump and would be a little bit harder to blend. Let's move on to dark red. As the name implies, this is quite a dark red. Mid-tone, DR3. And then DR4. Ooh, it's like a wine red almost, huh? That would be a pretty blend. Okay, then let's go on to pale pink. PP1. Oh wow, that is pale. I could see using this color probably in flowers. PP2 and PP3. That's not a lot darker though, is it? Okay, let's go on to, move you up a little bit, let's go on to bright pink. BP1, that is definitely a bright pink, kind of looks like a bubblegum pink, huh? BP2, the mid color. Turn it around and here is BP3. That is pretty though. Again, I could see that in florals. Okay, let's go on to the purples. First one we have is hydrangea. I love purple. Purple is my favorite color. And the mid-tone. And then the dark, HB3. Oh, that's pretty. Loving these colors so far. Let's see. Then we have lavender. Light tone is LV1. Mid tone is LV2. 2. Dark is LV3. Okay, oh, that's pretty. Love that. And the last of the purples is called purple. How appropriate. Okay, light is PL2. Oh, I like this purple. Mid is PL4. Oh, yes. So far, that's my favorite purple. And PL4. That is gorgeous. Anybody else that likes purple is going to like them. Okay, let's go on to the blues. The first one is Ice Blue. IB1 is the light color. Pretty blue. IB2 is the mid. And the dark is IB3. Pretty. Okay, running out of room over here. Okay, and let's go up to the other side. And we'll go on to True Blue, light color, and I did not write these out. Oh, shame on me. Okay, that would be TB2, TB3. I'll have to go back and fill those in. And TB4. Okay, then we have blue turquoise, and this would be TB3, TB4, and nope, take that back, BT3, BT4, and BT5. So there's the light. Oh, that's pretty. Love turquoise too. And then the dark. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, then we have the greens. This is light green. This is LG1, LG3, and LG5. Kind of a mint green. A bit darker mint green. And then the darkest. Oh, yeah. That would be great for grasses and trees. And then we have dull green. Dull green is DG1, DG2, and DG3. I apologize for my shaky coloring. I have a tendency to shake a little bit, and it's because of the mids I'm on, which I'll go into possibly when I do my coloring chat. The dark dull green. Oh, that's pretty too. Okay, then we have, let's see what's next. We have our citrus green blend. We want the dark one, or the light one, I'm sorry. And even a little bit yellower than the others. Then we have our mid-tone. And turn it around, we have our dark tone. So they're a little similar, but yet they're different, you know, and actually, you know, maybe some of these would cross over and you could blend this with this too. You know, it's not saying you can only blend these three markers together. You can, you know, interchange them too. Some of these are, you know, kind of similar. So then we have green turquoise. This is GT1, GT2, and GT3. You'll notice some of them go right in order, like 1, 2, and 3. And then other ones are like 6, 7, 8. Here you got CR1, 3, 6. So I'm not sure if these numbers are corresponding to their regular alcohol markers, the line of the regular Spectrum Noir markers. I'm almost kind of assuming that that's what it's doing. Let me get back in screen here. Okay, so the green turquoise, Oh, pretty. Another kind of mint green. And that is the mid-tone and the dark tone. Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow, to me that ranks right up there with my purples. That is beautiful. We'll move on to Jade Green. This is JG1, JG2, and JG3. Light tone. That's pretty too. Again, these are kind of similar. Then the JG2 and the dark tone, JG3. Oh, so pretty. So this looks like it's just a hair darker than the green turquoise. Okay, on to some of the browns. And as you look at these, yes, they're earth tones, but I think some of these could possibly be used for some skin tones too, when you look at, you know, the colors of the rims here. So let's see, gold brown. This is the light, which is GB1, and then GB3, GB5. And then we have GB, what did I say? 3. So this one isn't 1, 2, 3. And the dark tone, the 5. Yeah, I could see, you know, using this for possibly a little bit darker skin. And tan. This one is TN1, TN2, and TN4. Not to be confused with TNT. Here is the light, the mid, and the dark. Oh yeah, I could see using this again for a darker skin. And then we have earth brown. We're almost done. These are EB1, EB2, and EB3. And we're getting into even darker earth tones. So this is the mid and the dark tone. So there again, your earth tones, but I could see using that as dark skin. Brown gray blend, BG2, BG3, and BG4. To me, this sounds like this will be warm grays. Yes, and that's what it looks like. So there's your light, your mid, and your dark. Am I still on camera? Move you up a little. Okay, then we have our last one, and this is ice gray. And this is IG1, IG4, and IG5. And I'm assuming now that, wow, some of these are tight, that these will be the cool grays. Yes, they have kind of a bluish tint, where that has more of a brownish tint. The mid one is that. And last but not least is our dark ice gray. Okay, so there we have it. Let me move you back out. Okay, so these are all of the Spectrum Noir Tritone marker blend colors. Again, there are currently 24 markers, but again, with 3 colors in each, you're actually getting 72. Okay, so before we move on and get to pricing, I thought what we would do would be to test out how they actually blend. And I will again bring you in closer. And let's see how we can blend just with the skin. Now this didn't print out the best for me, but it will suit our purposes for this demo, let's try the Fair Skin Blend and see how that works. Now, typically they say that you should go over everything with the light. And again, these are, as you can see, just bullet tip. They obviously could not fit in a chisel or, unfortunately, a brush tip, because I am a brush tip gal. I know Anne loves her chisels, but I love the brush. Okay, and then let's go in now with the dark, wherever you think the dark tones are. And I am just learning how to do skin tones, so even if these don't blend too well, it might be because of me. Okay, then we take our mid and we blend, going in little circles, blend that dark out into the light, or to the mid. Then we again take our light and we blend that mid out. And blend it all together. So yeah, they do blend pretty nice. That looks really good, if I do say so myself. Not too bad. They do blend really nicely together. This is a very nice skin tone for a light skin tone. This is, you know, really a nice marker for that. Okay, so now let's move back out. Let's talk about pricing. I bought these when they initially came out on the market. Let's bring back out the color chart for you to look at. And so I got them at a little bit of a reduced cost because they were brand new. Like all Spectrum Noir products, they are more of a premium product, so they are a little pricey. The initial kit that you do get with it, with the markers, again, is the ink pad. So this is the Finesse alcohol proof dye. So again, this is in black, and this kit is kind of more for the card makers, I would assume, but can be used for us too. And then you get the set of 20 sheets of their Spectrum Noir white cardstock. It is extremely smooth. I cannot see this being used for colored pencils. I did use it to print this on, and yes, it is extremely smooth, so it works great with markers. So you get those three things in the initial kit. Now, like the initial kit, that's what I was talking about. It includes these three things, and it cost $119.95 right now. I did just look on their website, however, and it is out of stock. Again, or probably due to the fact that it's brand new, everybody wants it. But I would assume that it will be getting back in stock at some point in the future. And now let's talk about auto shipments. You have the option when you order this to sign up for auto shipments. And what auto shipments will be, it will consist of 4 shipments throughout 2019. And the 4 shipments will contain 6 additional markers. Okay? So the 6 additional markers times 4 is going to be an additional 24 markers. So you will have a total of 48 markers if you opt in for the auto shipment. So rather than just 48, well, with the 48 markers, you are essentially getting, what is that, 144 colors. So that's a lot of colors. Okay, and each auto shipment of the 6 markers is $19.95. Keep in mind, if you do order over $99, it's free shipping on HSN, so your initial kit would have free shipping. Okay, so now I also want to talk about, they have come out with a case that was kind of, I would assume, kind of specially designed for this new set of markers, because it has 48 slots in it. So they've already compensated for the fact that you're going to be getting an additional 24 markers if you signed up for the auto ship option. So these 24 will fit in this case, and then the additional 24 that you'll be receiving throughout 2019 will also fit in that case. I have not received mine yet, but I still wanted to come on and make this video to show you these brand new markers, because it's kind of exciting. I have not seen another review of these markers out on YouTube. The only one I see that's out there is HSN's review, or demo I should say, of these markers. Sarah Davies, who helps design things for consumer crafts and goes on HSN all the time, demonstrates using these markers probably much better than what I did in that little demo of coloring that face in. So you can search for that video on YouTube and see the pens more in action, or see the markers more in action. The case costs $34.95 if you do opt for that case. Okay, let's go over the colors that you can get in the future. In March, you will be getting vibrant colors. So the 6 markers that's going to be included in that particular shipment will be burnt orange blend, gold yellow, alpine green, aqua blue, pink violet, and magenta. And so that's in March. Then in June, you will receive muted blends. So I'm assuming it's going to be your paler shades. So in there will be vintage blue blend, dusty purple, yellow green, antique pink, red brown, and muted brown. In September, we start with shades rather than blends. Shades, and so you may recognize some of these names. You get dark red shades, coral, bright pink, tan, gold brown, and brown gray. These shades are basically going to be extensions of some of the markers that you already have. They're just going to be deeper tones of that particular marker. So the deep red that you have in this set, the deep red shade is going to be 3 shades that are a little bit darker than what you have right now. So you're going to have additional blending capabilities with these future markers. In November, it's another extension to colors you already have. It would be the cool shades. And this is jade green shades, true blue, blue turquoise, pale pink, earth brown, and ice gray. So you'll have some additional grays when you opt for these auto shipments. Towards the end of the year, you'll be getting some of the shades. Okay, so that is that. Now, let's talk about some concerns I have. While these markers do seem awesome, and I do really like them, and I am looking forward to playing with them more in the future, because like I said, I am just trying to get into blending with alcohol markers, especially my Copics, but now I'm going to work with these also. Couple of big concerns I have with these: they are not refillable, and that is a big concern. When you're talking about pricier markers like this, you don't want to have to, when you run out of a certain color, let's say you do color a lot of skin tones, once you run out of a skin tone blend, what are you going to do? Have to go out and buy the whole set again? That's pretty pricey. It's a little bit different than if you have a budget-friendly set of markers and you run out of a few colors, so you opt to go buy that $30–40 set again. You know, that's enough money to pay. I'm not saying that's not enough money, because that is. But much, much better than having to buy this whole set again. So that is a big concern of mine. And due to the fact that I know Sarah Davies said, oh, they pack so much ink into these. And while that may be true, when you look at these, you have 2 colors in one of these chambers. So look how small that is, you know? So half of this must be one color and half is the other color. So how much ink is really in here? You know, I'm just afraid that they're going to run out relatively, well, depending on how much you use them, I suppose. But if they're going to be your primary alcohol ink marker, they may run out relatively quick. So yes, that I guess is my biggest concern. And the second concern I have is you can't buy them open stock. Maybe in the future they will open that up. I don't know, seeing as how they're brand new. I don't know. I can't see how they ever would be refillable with those bullet tips. You know, with the other markers, you can pull out the chisel end and you can refill. Even your budget-friendly markers, you can refill with, if you have some Copic inks refills, you can find a refill that is very similar to your color marker, and you can actually refill your budget markers with Copic ink. So now, are these markers a gimmick, kind of like what some people say about the chameleon markers? Well, maybe a little, but they definitely have some great features too, and I am looking forward to playing with them more and see how I really feel about these. So, with all that said, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you have enjoyed this review and first impressions of these markers. So if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so and hit that bell to be notified of any future videos. Thank you for your time. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and happy coloring.